Untap. Upkeep. I have to pay 5.
Right, so now you're tapped out for the rest of the turn. Interesting. Unless, of course, you draw mana.
Well, I do have mana. You kept bouncing my damn mana. Alright. And I'm
I'll
going
do
to
it
have my
again.
Guardian Lancer attack.
Okay, attacking for 2 with flanking. I will not block it and take 2 damage.
Alright. And I will end.
Okay. Alright, good times are rolling. Gerdet's got 6 health left, so this is looking solidly in Cloud's favor. Especially because now I got Mate in 2. Pay 2. Cast Sword of the Meek. Pay another 2. Equip said Sword of the Meek to the Cloud Sprite. So now it is a 3-4 with flying. No, it's a 3-5 with flying.
Yeah, 3-5.
Just toughness. And going into the combat step, I will swing it to you.
You don't want to swing out,
for
Cloud, I
3.
promise. Oh,
I'm not going to swing out. I'm just
Okay.
that is my move, and I'm sticking to it. And I will end my turn.
Okay.
I mean, I know what you're going to do. You may be disappointed.
Okay. Remove counter.
Did I remove a counter from Reality Strobe? No, I did not actually.
Okay, yeah. Alright. I'm going to put down another red mana. I'm trying to think. Can I actually...
Loud mouse.
Alright, I'm going to spend 2 mana in order to remove my spended counter from Arcblade. And then
Nice.
have Arcblade kill your 2/2 morph token.
As a response, I will pay 2, and I am going to flip face up the card that you just targeted.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Luma Threadfield.
Alright.
So Luma Threadfield does not have toughness with which you can deal damage to it, so it unattaches and becomes an enchantment.
Okay. Making it so that your Cloud Sprite is now a 3/6.
It is a 3/6.
Okay, and this gets resuspended. I have puppy noises.
Puppies.
Uh,
You're so adorable.
they are very adorable. My big issue right now is that your Cloud Sprite still has flying.
That is correct.
Actually, yeah. So I've lost. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna unsuspend another counter from Riftblade using Rift Elemental and do it a second time.
So now it has +6/+0 until end of turn.
It should be +4 +. Yeah, it is +6/+0.
Because you
And
did it 3 times, right?
I'm gonna swing at you for 8.
All right. No, 9.
Yeah, 9.
Okay, so 9 damage. I am down to 5. So these were both really close games, which I'm very pleased with.
Reality Strobe kicked my ass though, because if you'd not bounced my land, I was gonna have my primary gun combo out, and unfortunately, I do not have it.
All right, so Reality Strobe on my end loses its last time counter. Cast it. It's going to target your Bogarden Lancer. Send that guy back to your hand. Resuspend the Reality Strobe for 3 turns. I guess one of the functions of finishing out these games, because I do have game, you got no mana and I got 3/6 with flying. Well, let's just say there was another player in the game that was watching this happen. What would they say?
God, you guys are taking so long on your upkeep.
Magus of the Moat is going to stop non-flyers from attacking as long as he's in play, and then I'm going to swing into you with my 3/6 in the air.
Alright, and I take 3, bringing me down to 0. Good game, Cloud. Before we
Good
close
game,
out this
Burdett.
particular game, since I've got my gun combo in hand, mind if I show it off?
Oh, of course.
Alright. I was going to cast Jorah of the Githu, and then using her ability, I was going to suspend a Chroma's Memorial. Then with Rift
Yes.
Elemental, I was gonna blow up all the time counters on a Chroma's Memorial in order to get a creature with flying, first
Flying,
strike,
first
vigilance,
strike,
trample, haste,
vigilance,
protection from
trample,
black,
haste.
red, and protection from black and red.
Protection from each of the colors that my deck is not.
Yeah. Chroma's Memorial is fucking amazing, but the problem is there's no other
Yeah.
way in this set to cheat it out, and it kind of needs to get cheated out because it's a 7-drop artifact.
It's a fucking 7-drop, yeah. It's a really good, 7-drop ability if you could fucking get it out. We almost got there. But I think playing
Yeah.
around with the time counters makes a great combination.
So, I'm sorry that this ended up being a mirror match for the most part. I mean, at least mostly you went blue flyers, whereas I went recursive suspend to show off the suspend mechanic, and then look, our recursive suspenders that we're not actually running all that many copies of got to show off just how busted recursive suspend actually is.
It is a pretty dumb ability, I gotta say. Like I read enough proof in the comments on Reality Strobe itself just so I could be sure. Like this card just keeps going, right? Because that it suspends itself, and then when it's suspended, you cast it. But part of the ability of it being casted is it suspends itself, and then it loses its time counters again, and then it casts itself, and then I just need to be absolutely sure about that because on paper it looked pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. The only thing that I didn't get to
Yeah.
show off in my deck was actually the fact that I'm running Pact of Negation, a card so powerful that I'm pretty sure it got banned in Modern at one point. And I think
Oh
it
yeah,
also got banned
that's the blue
in
blue
Legacy.
0 drop, right? Yep,
Yep,
it is the blue
the
0
Blue
drop.
Pact.
Let's see.
Are you running the White Pact per chance?
No, I'm not. I'm not running the pack cards. I'm not running the pack cards because Cloud Seeder became basically crucial to the success of this deck. The earlier I got Cloud Seeder going, producing my 1/1 flyers, especially turn 3, ideally, then the greater the chance I would win the game. That being said, I needed a lot of cannon fodder for Cloud Seeder, and the pack cards were simply too valuable to be in a dilemma situation where do I hang on to this or do I discard it to get more flyers? And the answer is usually get more flyers.
Right.
There was another card too. Where is it? Oh yeah, Aven Mind Sensor.
Which you've already seen because even on my screen you're running the Amonkhet art for it.
That was a good game
So,
too.
So, to be perfectly honest, Future Sight on its own is not actually all that great a set. It's got a lot of really cool, mechanics in it, and it's showing off a lot of really interesting ways that they want to push the game. And several of these cards end up coming out as reprints later on, like Aven Mind Sensor, Sword of the Meek, and I think the packs actually came back at some point. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, the pack
You got to show off.
I
You got to
know
show off how
Slaughter
powerful
Pack.
Grandeur is, which is great. But I wasn't willing to devote the deck space to any of the Grandeur stuff.
mean, honestly, this is probably the most sensible answer they had to the legendary problem. Other sets said, well, we're just going to make it so that there is no legendary rule. I say, screw that. Like, it takes time to cast. The Grandeur ability does not cost mana to use. You just have to have a duplicate legendary, and if you really want to draw the card, then you're going to run it at the maximum number of duplicates. So you probably will start a hand with 2 or 3 or just 1 and then draw into a second one.
Right. I actually really like Grandeur. My issue with Grandeur is that the blue one is the only one that actually works. I think the red one summons a demon. Green one is straight up buff. I don't even remember what the hell the white and black ones are. I think black's lifesteal. Yeah, but several of these cards would go on to be stupidly OP in different formats. Sword of the Meek specifically has been used in white weenies forever because generating 1/1 tokens in weenies is just stupidly cheap. So yeah, Sword of the Meek gets to be stupidly powerful really early on. Honestly, I think that was one of our more fun interactions that we've had going through the
Yeah,
MTG set
I had
exploration,
fun.
despite the fact that
I
we're doing
won.
what is effectively a mirror match. Because let's be honest, Cloud. Even though I'm going somewhat aggro, you're also going somewhat aggro just with flyers instead of grounded units.
Well, so I mean, you want to talk about mirror match? Okay, we matched on blue. We're both running 4C and the reality strobe. But are those the only two cards?
Um, no. I mean,
Because I casted
I consider
everything
the fact
else.
that I consider the fact that we at least saw we saw the recursive suspend and immediately jumped on it, and the fact that we both leaned on blue, but our deck archetypes are similar.
I mean,
Mine's a bit more late game than yours is.
yours is a bit more red emphasis than mine is. I use blue as my primary engine for this deck.
Yeah.
And yeah, the you can't escape the recursive stuff. It's available in 5 different flavors, and each one of them only costs 99 cents each.
I forget what the recursive ones for the other two are, though. I think green is a steroid. Black is black a -1
I think
-1.
green lets you produce a creature. Say what now?
All right. I
Oh
forget what the
wait! I
others
can
are.
fucking
and-
look at the. I can look them up. Hold on, because
All right.
I keep forgetting that you can't. We can still go back to the database even while we're in a game. Okay, show me the cards that have the text suspend in it. Okay, Reality Strobe is the blue one.
Arcblade
Festering
is the red
March
one.
is the black one. Creatures your opponents control get -1/-1 until end of turn.
Yep, Plague Wave.
Arcblade is the third one. Cyclical Evolution. Target creature gets +3/+3. Chronomantic Escape. Until your next turn, creatures can't attack you, and then you suspend it for 3 time counts. All of these cards have suspend 3. They clearly wanted there to be an even playing field on this matter.
So the white one's a
Resuspending cards
fog.
and then being able to count on Basically, the longer the game goes on, the more powerful you become.
Right. Which is honestly how I would prefer Magic to be perfectly honest. To emphasize additional power and play patterns the longer games go on. It's why I'm supposed to really like Commander, but then again, in 4-player Commander, my goal is to see who I can king make on turn 10.
Nice.
All right, so
And
again,
oh yeah, and
the power level of
on
Future Sight is actually
on
really
an honorable
low.
mention note,
What were you saying,
can
Cloud?
you say Gravestorm?
Gravestorm is definitely a thing that I wish they would actually have done more with, but unfortunately, I think black is the only thing. I think black is the only color in the set that could even attempt to use it, which is why it's in black.
All right, so let me bring up. It's fucking called Gravestorm. Hold on.
You cast it once for each permanent that entered the graveyard this turn.
Okay, so Bitter Ordeal is the only card in the set that has Gravestorm, but this is a very special card. It says for 3 mana, 1 black and 2 colors, search target player's library for a card and exile it. And Gravestorm says, when you play this spell, copy it for each permanent put into a graveyard this turn.
Yeah. So it's actually a very powerful exile tool, but like black's the only one that can run it. Even in multicolored, you don't really have good board clears in this set. Again, the power level for Future Sight is ridiculously low, but a lot of the mechanical explorations that it does are honestly really cool.
I agree, yes. This is about the past, the present, and indeed, the future of Magic the Gathering.
Ha 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 ha. Alright, this has been us exploring the Future Sight set. Next time, Cloud's probably going to pick Time Spiral to go even further back.
We're going back in time.
Alright, everybody, be safe.
Peace out, y'all.